بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Dearest viewers and listeners, and I welcome you to this evening's edition of Halqatul Qur'an. Your host Muntahaa. Of course, this program coming to you live over the various platforms of Salam Media, YouTube, Facebook, and all the other the media platforms. And indeed, you are most welcome to join us and to take benefit from what is to happen within the next few minutes here on our program. In terms of tonight's lineup, we only have one guest that we have that will be participating tonight, and that is Mufti Muhammad Akoo, and he is from Newcastle. We are trying to get him on the line, but it seems that we have not succeeded as yet. But nevertheless, we will continue with the program, inshallah. Of course, this program is brought to you by Africa Muslims Agency. So whilst we wait on our honorable guest to join us, inshallah, we listen to some verses of the Quran, and mashallah, quite inspirational. The next clip that we will have, that will be played, inshallah. Beautiful recitation of the Quran. Let us listen.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ذكر رحمة ربك عبده زكريا إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا قال رب إني وهن العظم مني واشتعل الرأس شيبا ولم أكن بدعائك رب شقيا وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي وكانت امرأتي عاقرا فهب لي من لدنك وليا يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب واجعله رب رضيا يا زكريا إنا نبشرك بغلام إنا نبشرك بغلام اسمه يحيى لم نجعل له من قبل سميا صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. What a wonderful recitation by the Qari of the Quran. And we can see that, subhanAllah, he is challenged, physically challenged, but yet is able to recite the Quran so beautifully. And imagine what it would take for a person who does not have that type of resource, such what we have, in order we can just open the Quran, we can recite easily, we can, our memorization, we can do by looking inside the Quran. Here we have an individual who is challenged as far as his sight is concerned, yet is able to recite the Quran, learn the Quran. A young man, mashallah. Allah grant him khair, goodness, and Allah grant him success in terms of his recitation of the Quran. And also ourselves, in our humble means, let that be an encouragement and inspiration for us to also learn the Quran and to try and perfect our recitation of the Holy Quran. Of course, we have the month of Ramadan, it's on our doorstep, and with the month of Ramadan, we try to get more attached to the Quran in whatever way we possibly can. We can either try and recite the Quran more, start to or attempt to complete a khatam during the month of Ramadan, or maybe also listen to talks regarding the Quran, etc. And listen also maybe possibly to more recitation of the Quran. Whatever we do, may Allah make it easy for us, and may Allah make it such that we will be able to achieve our objective in order to attach ourselves closer to the Quran. We are still waiting or some indication whether our guest is on the line, but I have not received that, and that is Maulana, or rather Mufti Muhammad Akoo from Newcastle. And inshallah, he hopefully will come on. We'll be able to manage to get him on the line. Our technician is trying in the background here to get him. Nevertheless, inshallah, let us listen. We've got another beautiful clip, and this clip is one of the senior Quran reciters, late Quran reciters from Egypt, Sheikh Mahmoud Ali Al Banna. He is a reciter of notes, and subhanallah, one of the great reciters from that particular land, and one of the first to establish the Niqabatul Qurra, which means the union of Quran reciters in Egypt, and very instrumental in the affairs of Quran recitals at that particular time. Recite a phase of Quran reciters during that particular time. Let us listen to a clip of the late Sheikh Mahmoud Ali Al Banna. MashaAllah. That was the late Sheikh Muhammad Mahmoud Al-Banna, one of the great Quran reciters from Egypt. And like I said earlier on, that he was instrumental in seeing to the affairs of Quran reciters from Egypt, and also the establishment of the Niqabatul Qurra of Egypt. That is, of course, a foundation or the union of Quran reciters from that particular. It's an organization that is still in existence to this day, and of course, it is responsible for running the affairs of all the Quran reciters in Egypt. So it seems as if we could not get our guest online this evening, unfortunately. And well, of course, sometimes these things happen. And nevertheless, inshallah, we will then outro the program with a short clip, an edition of the Quran. And then with that, inshallah, we will conclude our very short program for this evening. And we look forward to being with you next week, inshallah. We will have some guests live on the program, hopefully, inshallah. But without further ado, indeed, it has been a pleasure being in your company, even though the time that we spent together has been so short. But nevertheless, inshallah, we will meet each other next week at Thursday again, inshallah. Let us listen to this recitation of the Quran. And whilst doing that, allow me to greet you and bid you well for the coming week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm currently standing in front of a grass-thatched mosque, masjid, here in one of the villages here in Malawi. And the people here use this masjid to pray. And you can see inside the structure, it's currently rainy season, so it's at the risk of falling. You can see it's already leaning, and inside it's muddy. And that's why there's such a need for masjids and Islamic centers to be built in villages across Africa to accommodate the people to pray in adequate facilities. And of course, with no electricity, people have to walk from their huts many far distances in the dark. So that's why masjids is so important, because it uplifts the standard of a village. It empowers the people. It becomes a hub where people start living around the masjid and Islamic center, and it creates an atmosphere for people to congregate at and pray.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.